there, Halloweenies, it's Blackmetalwerewolf making a brand new video for you this week. And as my first official Halloween video, I thought it'd be a fun thing to show updates for my horror vest. As many of you may remember, last year I started my horror vest. It's much like a battle vest, but instead of heavy metal patches, I collected patches from horror movies and horror-related TV shows and stuff like that, and started putting it on a vest. It's something I've been wanting to do for a very long time, and I finally got around to doing it. So this video, I'm going to be showing you what I currently have if you missed last year's video, and all the new stuff I've added. Also, you should definitely stick around for the end of the video, because I have a fun surprise waiting for you guys. So before we get to the new stuff, let me show you what I already have on my vest. So the gigantic back patch is, of course, Fright Night, my all-time favorite vampire movie. It's campy, it's homey, it's cozy, it's scary, it's one of my favorite goddamn movies in the whole wide world, and if you ask me, the best vampire movie ever made. On the back of the bottom, we have Dead Alive, one of the most disgusting horror movies ever made. Let me tell you, you gotta watch that movie with a fucking puke bag. We got A Nightmare on Elm Street. I was a gigantic fan of the first one, the sequels, not so much, but that first one still holds up. And then next to that, we have Tales from the Crypt, one of the best horror anthology shows ever made, with one of the best horror hosts ever, The Crypt Keeper. Up along the top, we have Hellraiser. Of course, well, I think it has to be Clive Barker's best movie. It's fantastic, it's scary, amazing special effects, especially when the guy comes to life, you know, after the blood gets on his like old decomposing thing. Oh, it's so gooey and gross, I just love it. Next to that is The Evil Dead. That movie does not need any explanation. If you've never seen it, shame on you. Next to that, we have The Thing. Probably one of my all-time favorite movies, a masterpiece by John Carpenter. Once again, if you've never seen it, you definitely should, and avoid the 2011 version. And of course, next to that, we have Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th, one of the best slashers ever. So that's the back. Let's move up to the front. Up on the top right corner here, we have my little werewolf section. We have the Universal Wolfman here, one of the best monsters ever. And below that, we have Beware the Moon from An American Werewolf in London, a fantastic horror comedy. Up in the left corner here, we have Michael Myers with crisscrossed butcher's knives. Well, Michael Myers is definitely my favorite slasher movie villain. I think he's better than Freddy and Jason. I like them all, but Michael Myers is definitely #1 for me. And below that, we have The Monster Squad. To me, it's a dangerously underrated movie. A lot of people have compared it to The Goonies, saying The Monster Squad is just The Goonies with monsters. And to a degree, I can see where they're coming from, but it doesn't change the fact that The Monster Squad is fucking awesome. Moving down a little lower, in the middle section, we have Trick or Treat, once again, one of my favorite Halloween movies. To me, it's not Halloween unless I watch Trick or Treat. It came out, I believe, in 2007. Dangerously underrated again. I don't believe I even saw it being advertised in any theaters, at least where I lived at the time. But I'm glad I have it on Blu-ray. It's one of the best movies I've ever seen. One of the best Halloween movies I've ever seen. Next to that, we have Mulder's I Want to Believe from The X-Files. I love The X-Files, amazing show, and how could you forget it on the vest? And then under those, we have the two custom patches I have made, Goosebumps and The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror. Two horror shows that are my favorite. I've been watching them since I was a little kid. And don't worry, I'm going to be getting videos on each of those specifically a little later in the month. And I guess those are the current ones I already had. So let's get down to the brand new ones that I've been hiding from everybody, because I want to save it for the big announcements for this month. The first new horror patch I want to show off is the Salem's Lot patch. It's I believe it was a straight-to-TV horror movie. It was directed by Tobe Hooper, and it's based on a Stephen King novel. And, of course, everyone knows Stephen King is the master of horror, and Tobe Hooper made the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Poltergeist, two of the best horror movies ever made, and unfortunately he died not too long ago. And after I saw that, I wanted to commemorate him, and seeing how Salem's Lot is probably my second favorite of his movies, and my second favorite vampire movie of all time, because the vampire in that is fucking, like the head vampire is just fucking scary, and he terrifies me every time I see it. The next new patch I have is Halloween 3. I know I already have a Michael Myers patch on here, but Halloween 3 to me is, once again, a dangerously underrated movie. It got passed over at the time when it came out because everyone bitched and complained that Michael Myers wasn't in it. But to me, it still holds up, and I'm glad it didn't have Michael Myers in it. It was a movie that tried to do something different, and it got bashed because of it. How ridiculous, right? So yeah, I had to have Halloween 3 on here because to me, it's a must-watch on Halloween every year. And below my Simpsons Treehouse of Horror patch, we have the puzzle box from Hellraiser. So, obviously, Hellraiser is a great movie if you've never seen it, and the puzzle box to me is just a very iconic Halloween thing. Whenever I see t-shirts or anything with it, like I've seen a few people around my town actually with a t-shirt with that symbol on, I'm like, that's fucking Hellraiser. And they're like, yeah, I know. It's a really cool moment when you meet other horror fans. You know how it is. Up next, we have my Frankenstein patch. This one was actually made by an Instagram follower. I'll be putting her name in the description. She hand-painted this herself and sent it to me. A fantastic painting, fantastic quality. I very much appreciate it. So if you guys, maybe she'll do commissions for you guys if you want to check it out. I'll be putting her name in the description so you guys can check it out. Now it's time for the surprise. Like you guys know, I've already made a patch with my logo on it, and they've sold pretty well. I'm just about out of the original ones. But seeing as it's like the new Halloween season, I wanted to get something new going. A brand new logo, which you guys have already seen. But I was kind of thinking, why don't I get that made into a patch too? So I damn well did, and it's already on my horror vest. Literally, I got this patch right before I made this video. It came in the mail, popped it on there. So I do have a bunch for sale now, and these ones are screen printed, not embroidered. The reason I went screen printed is because this one has a lot more fine detailing and good color grading, which you just can't really get with embroidered. It just would not look good. So I went with screen printing, so it did cost a little less to make, therefore I'm going to sell it for less. It's going to be on my Bandcamp page. Don't worry guys, there'll be links in the description for you guys to get your very own Halloween Black Metal Werewolf patch. So that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. How do you like my horror vest? And I know a lot of people after last year when I talked about mine, a lot of you guys talked about wanting to start your own. Have you started it? What kind of patches do you have on it? Honestly, I would like to actually show off a video of your guys' horror vest if you've already made one. So if you have, please feel free to send me pictures of them over my Facebook or over Instagram. I would absolutely love to see them. So that's it for today's video. If you like what you saw, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave me a comment letting me know what you thought of today's video. Check out some of my past videos while you are at it. And share it with a few of your friends. Why the hell not? If you want to keep up with me on a more daily basis, you can follow me on Facebook and on Instagram. Links in the description. I also have a P.O. box open, so if you'd like to write me a letter, in the description as well. The Black Metal Werewolf Halloween patches are now officially for sale, so if you'd like to get one, just click right over here. There's also a link in the description if you'd like to buy one. Overall, thank you very much for watching, guys, and stay spooky.